Grand Rising. Take that breath. Grand Rising. Grand Rising. Grand Rising. Peace, everyone. Peace. Grand Rising. Ooh. King Chaz, you ready? You know, you gonna be ready for this reading. Grand Rising. It was fun. I'm excited to see how the pictures come out. I'm definitely excited to see how the pictures come out. Some stuff I ain't even get y'all ain't even get to see. Some stuff you ain't even get to see. So I'm taking a road trip today to go visit my great-grandmother's property, the land that her and many, many generations before her lived on. I've been having the energy to go do that for some time. And I've been telling y'all, like, this week, I don't know. I do feel like it's very important for us to visit our elders. If you have any elders that are still with you, definitely go sit at their feet. This is definitely a time to go sit with them. And on top of that, to call upon your ancestors more than you probably would have. At least just more in general recognition and acknowledgement of, you know, their dynamic in your life. So, it's a good time. It's a good time. I've just been feeling that real heavy for some reason. So something that's going on in the ancestral realm, as they say, that's wanting us to pay attention to different dynamics or whatnot. So let's get into these cards so I can get this and do my consults for today before I get on this road. All right. While I'm doing this, I really want y'all to take 3 deep breaths. Take 3 deep breaths. We're going to do the sound bowl, and then we're going to take 3 deep breaths while we're doing it, okay? Ready? 1. All right. Whew. Shut that off. All right, let's go. Let's get in these cards for this morning, see what they say. What they saying. What y'all got planned for the weekend? The weekend is here in full effect. The weekend is here. There's some interesting stuff going on with digital platforms and whole internet thing. I don't know if everybody was experiencing these cable and Wi-Fi blackouts this week. I know it's a lot of people in our area that was going through that. Some people in South Carolina was going through that. And I found it really interesting. It was more than a day. It was like 2 days, 3 days. I know ours was out for like about 3 days. 2.5 days, technically. Hey, Grand Rising. Ooh, got the same card I got. Just see. Super duper fly vegan. Grand Rising, Gwendolyn. I like that name. Super duper fly. All right. Let's get started. First card that comes out is the victim card. We are no longer victims. It's in the past position. So everything that you have went through, experienced, and you might have felt like you were a victim, you have to change your perspective on that. You are not a victim. Those were lessons and merely experiences that you were growing to become your higher self. You were experiencing to get to your higher self. Now we understand. Because a lot of times we get stuck in this victim mentality. A lot of times we get stuck in that victim thinking, way of thinking, like, oh, you know, my parents did this, and if they wouldn't have did this, then I wouldn't have turned out like this. Or, oh, I experienced this, and da-da-da-da. And if he wouldn't have came into my life, and it always is everyone else's fault. And we have to be in a space that we decide that we want to be victorious instead, or the victor instead of the victim. And you have to start switching that mentality on how you view the situations. But when you switch that mentality, then you start operating in a different level of consciousness. And that different level of consciousness allows you to make choices and decisions that are going to align with your higher self compared to your past self, compared to the old self, compared to that victim-like mentality. All right? Be mindful. And the reason I'm saying being mindful, because what did I tell y'all? I told y'all, like, the universe got their foot on our neck right now. They're like, oh, you still acting up? You still want to hold on to the foolishness? Y'all know my favorite word. You still want to hold on to the buffoonery? Okay? No, we're not holding on to that. Let that go. Trust the process. Know that everything the universe is preparing us. You see, this is a butterfly. She in the cocoon. That's what they doing. They preparing you, and you're getting ready to come out. But you got to stay focused on what? Your higher self, your higher consciousness, how you're being grounded, how you are being prepared for this transition. This is transformation. A lot of us are going through transformation. A lot of us are starting to grasp what happened and why it happened and why we had to be triggered into this space. So embrace it. Enjoy it. Do a praise dance for it. Thank your ancestors and your spirit guides or source or whoever it is that you believe in, and say, Ashe, I need this. I know that when I come out on the other side of this, it's going to be something amazing and something beautiful, and I can't wait until I get there. You can already visualize it. You already see it. You already see it. Grand Rising, everyone coming in. But because we are going through transformation, that means that some interesting energy has the opportunity to try to trigger you. You know, yesterday we got the commitment being tested card. Things will try to trigger you. Things will try to test, like, this really what you about? This really what you want? This really the journey you gonna be on? How dedicated are you? How on your square are you? How firmly are you planted on your square? So when this messy energy come in, or somebody that's just kind of triggering you, or like getting you to be in your head more than you should be, because this is that area where self-doubt comes in. This is that area that confusion can come in, because you too much in here. You have to remember who you are. And I want to say the bottom of the deck was the worth. Yep. The bottom of the deck was the worth card. You have to remember who you are becoming. You're becoming something so amazing and untouchable and undescribable. You have to know your value, your worth. So when you are in this questioning space, you are in this self-doubt space, when you are in this midst of this, somebody trying to mess with your mind, somebody trying to come in and be messy, they're planting fear or they're trying to suggest fear or prevent you from what it is that you know you're able to do. Like, just because you don't know what you are able to do, that's what you need to tell that person. Just because you don't know yourself, don't mean that I don't know who I am. You know who you are. You know your value. You know your worth. You know what you stand in. You know what you connected to. You know your capabilities. They done brought you this far. How? You didn't experience. I know everyone on here done survived something. You done survived so much. So do you really think they will bring you this far? Do you really think that you would have made it this long and not be able to manifest what it is that you see in your life? It just required for you to stand in this. Quit wavering back and forward. Quit feeling like 1 minute you on some, I'm mediocre. And then 1 minute you greatness. No, stand in greatness at all times. Stand in your greatness at all times. Have things to remind you of how great you are. Have things that surround your environment, that nurture. Like that other card, I think we got nourishment for the full moon. That is going to create nourishment for your soul and your spirit and your journey. Stand in that greatness. Okay? Stand in that greatness. Don't second guess who you are. You are who you are for a reason. You are who you are for a reason. You are your greatness for a reason. You have a specific intentional journey for a reason. Okay? Crystal card is the blue calcite. It says, are you ready to be liberated? I say, y'all better come through. Do you realize the value of your success and your work and your achievements? Allow room in your life for the development of inner peace. Use peaceful energy to bring about enlightened activities, serenity, personal power, and transformation from anger. Okay, that just, y'all know I love these crystal cards, because I swear every time we pull one, it just wrap everything up that we just said. It just wraps it all up. Grand Rising. Grand Rising, baby. All right. Tara, it says, I speak with loving kindness. I am liberated and confident. Love vibrates through the sound that comes from me. Will come through me. I effortlessly align with the inner peace. I allow love, calm, and tolerance to integrate into my consciousness. Let's read that one more time. I allow love, calm, and tolerance to integrate into my consciousness. All right. I really like that. I am liberated and confident. And what does liberated mean? That means we free. You are free from all the ideals that people done try to place on you. You free from society's programming. You're free from all dynamics. Free. Like you have free will. You have the choice to really stand in your greatness. And what does that look like for you? A lot of times we create these visuals and ideals of what this greatness look like based off of still society's ideals and visions, our parents' ideals and visions, our children's ideal and vision, your friends. You're basing this image and this illusion off of other people's vision. What does this look like for you? What does your destination look like for you? You want to go live off the grid? I swear, the more and more I be looking at these documentaries on living off the grid, I be like, man, that's about to be my life for real. The more and more I be enticed. Y'all know I always be talking about that. The more and more I be like, nah, how much longer y'all got me? I'm slowly walking off. Slowly walking off. But what does it look like for you? What does that ideal or that vision look like for you? Write that down. Commit to it. Commit to it. Yeah, commit to it. Whatever that looks like. And a lot of times we put, I ain't gonna pick on y'all, but a lot of times we make that liberation and that freedom moment be so far away. We're like, oh, when I retire or when I do this, I'm gonna go live in another country. What's stopping you from doing that now? Fear. A lot of times we put off in our mind, like, oh man, I want to do this, but I'm gonna give it. Why? I know for me personally, I was definitely told that I have to, I got some things I need to complete before I can, for real, drop off the grid. I got some work that I got to do still for the people, for the community. So it ain't about me. So with that confirmation, I was like, okay. That's when you be trying to negotiate. Can we do this in what about 3 years? All right, 2, 1.5. But you have to really sit down, meditate on it, and say, what's stopping me from being in the place that I want to be now? You. Nothing's stopping you from being or creating the life that you want, but you. If you decided, how many people decide that they just gonna go and they stop doing whatever they're doing and they just go? Because they're in a space where they are liberated from restrictions. You ain't got no roof. We ain't got no limits. Whatever it is that you want to manifest, whatever it is that you want to bring into play, whatever it is that you want to see happen, listen, you can make it happen. Soon as you commit to it, the universe start providing the way. I promise you, as soon as you commit to whatever the journey and whatever the destination, especially if it's in alignment with your purpose, it is going to start opening doors. People just start popping out the blue. Things just start manifesting to create the solution. But you have to be dedicated and committed to what it is that you are looking to do. Everything just start coming out like boom. That's what you want to do? Okay, we're going to provide that. Boom, boom. You got to be committed. That's that wavering. Can't be wavering in the ideal or the concept. All right? If people say you should wait for time to move away. Right. No, don't be natural. You make a plan and do it now. I'm big on making the plan. How are you going to execute it? What do you need to put in play? And still be very fluid with the plan. Because something might pop off quicker than you thought. Really research. What would it take for me to? What's the plane ticket cost? And then sometimes y'all I get on people all the time and say, quit looking at it from a monetary perspective. Resources. What are the resources that can come in? Even when you're manifesting, provide me the resources. The opportunities that will put me in position. Okay? That will put me in the position to actually execute what it is that I want. And like I said, a lot of times we overanalyze, we overthink it. That's what that card is all about. We overanalyze, we overthink what we are already capable of doing. If we just trust in the universe, if we change our perspective on how we are seeing things, I guarantee you will manifest things quicker than you have before. You better sit down. You know how they say when two touch and agree? You better sit down with your daughter or your mate if you got one, and y'all really sit there and visualize and meditate on the same dynamic. What are we wanting to see for each other? This is the reason that you're supposed to have different dynamics. I think we're going to start that in the sacred circle. What is your goal? What is your dream? Let us all touch and agree and put energy towards what it is that you want to see come into fruition, because we can do anything. There is no limit. There's no difference between you and whoever you look at as being, the master manifester. All right? There's no difference between you and whoever that you look at from they've been able to do things from a big perspective. No difference. Only thing stopping you is your own fear, your own worries, your own doubt. You have to stop doubting. I'm pretty sure there's plenty of people. And put yourself on a timeline. Sometimes we don't want to put ourselves on the schedule to say, boom, I can tell you, and I'm going to hold my hand up on this. I've been writing this book for we ain't going to talk about how long I've been writing the book. But I've been writing the book. Could a book have been done? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I've met people who have finished books in 2-3 days. Why? Because they were committed to the outcome. They were committed to the journey. All right? So you have to pay attention to how committed are you to what it is that you're trying to accomplish, and what is creating distractions along the way. And a lot of times, this is a real distracting type of world. A lot of times, we allow a lot of things to come in our life and create these distractions. So you got to really be honest with yourself. What is creating the distractions? Let me create a list. Let me create some goals. Let me get into this book and really write down, this is what I need to be doing every day that is working towards my goal. If you are trying to move out of the country, you should be doing something every day that is working towards that goal. You should have a set time that you are studying what's going on in that country, that you are in alignment with putting yourself in the same frequency of who's going, England or Europe. You should be putting yourself in the same frequency every day so you can manifest it quick, because it's already in you. Man, listen. Anything that take you out of alignment. And it's a lot, because some stuff come and present themselves like, oh, this is in alignment with what you're doing. No, but it's not. Is it getting you to the destination? Is it on the same frequency? It don't seem like that's on the same frequency. That seems like you feeding into something different. So you need to be really mindful. Be very mindful and be very honest. How is this in alignment? Some things, I'm not saying that things are not going to come up that are going to maybe create new dynamics in your life. But when they come up, that doesn't mean that you get off track. That means you still stay on course. Now you just got some extra added responsibility. That's all. Stay on track. Stay the course. Have something to remind you of your destination. That's why I love vision boards. I used to didn't like them. I used to be like, I don't need to see that. I know what I'm trying to accomplish. But that's just me, because I'm a visual person. I am. I'm a very visual and tactile. I'm different. But I do like having that. I remember at one point I had my vision board right. As soon as I wake up, first thing I'm going to see is my vision board. Why? Because I need to remember every time that I wake up and I'm doing my visualizations and I'm doing my work from my bed, I need to remember what it is that I'm doing. What are my goals? What am I aiming for? Because when you keep passing that vision board and you ain't doing what you're supposed to be doing, it's like having an altar in your house. When you keep passing that altar and you ain't set your butt down to talk to the ancestors, you ain't set your butt down to just sit still, to be in stillness, pretty soon you start feeling bad. Like, let me go over there. I ain't been over there in like 3 days. It's a reminder. It's a constant reflection. It's a constant reminder of like, boom, I need to get on my shit. I'm slipping. I'm slipping. So do things that are going to be constant reminders. Do things that are going to be constantly in your face and say, hey, you got goals over here that you're trying to accomplish. What you doing? That don't look like you doing what you're supposed to be doing. It look like you trying to take a nap instead of reading that book that you said you were supposed to finish. Okay? Yes, don't lose track. Don't get distracted. And make sure that, like I said, that it's in alignment with your purpose and your destiny. Because a lot of times we do stuff and we're not in alignment with it. That's why it's not so, it's harder. When it's something you're passionate about, you're going to get up and do it. Some of y'all procrastinating and lazy. And you don't allow that spirit, you done created that entity in your life. You know, created that entity. And now it's like, okay, you got to kill that entity. You need to do a exorcism. You got to create an exorcism to get that lazy ass spirit out of you. That demon of sleep. We got too much time and too many hours, and somebody is getting up before you to accomplish the goals that they want to accomplish. Somebody is being more proactive than you to accomplish what it is that they see for their own, journey. Okay? Somebody. So how important is it to you? People mad at Jay-Z right now, but I was like, I'm never mad at someone who is following their own purpose. I'm never mad at anyone who is connected to what their goals and what that outcome looks like for them. Never mad. Exactly, King James. See, me and you on the same frequency. I'll be like, I ain't never mad at somebody who I see are being very intentional about their energy. People get mad about him teaming up with the NFL, and I get it. I feel you to a degree. Not really. But at the same time, this the brother that he's been putting water systems in countries in Africa for a very long time. He's been doing things that are on a national level when it comes to helping people who are not privileged. Okay? He's very strategic. He's very smart. He's very he's very intentional on, he's a mastermind within himself. He's very intentional on what it is that he needs to do. He plays chess with their ass. And if you pay attention to their moves, him and Beyonce, if you pay attention to their moves and the type of chess moves they make, and I'm not a fan of their music like that, but when I tell you them damn chess moves they be making, I'm like, I will never be against my people like that. When I see my people making chess moves and I see the results more than what the surface stuff, because I'm that type of person where I'm going to do research. What you doing for the community? And you can't do nothing for the community because you over here being stuck in lack mentality and slavery mentality and attached to labels. I ain't gonna never be that person. I'm the wrong one. I ain't the yes woman on that one. Sorry. No. I like people who play chess and know the importance. All right. All right, so let me get off of here so me and King Chaz can chop it up. We got to chop it up and get on this so I can get on this road or whatnot. I love you guys. I will that y'all have an amazing day. It's a little dreary out here for some reason. It's looking a little suspect right now on my side. But we know that it's still going to be an amazing day. All right. It's going to be an amazing day. Y'all walk in your greatness. Make some goals. You ain't made your goal list. You ain't made your goal list. You need to make it today. You ain't figured out how you going to execute what it is that you need to do. You need to do that today. All right. I love you guys. I love you guys. Peace.